This is an important story that unfortunately you're not going to see anywhere in Western media, and it's heartbreaking. But YouTube decided to delete every single pro-Syrian channel at the same time this week. Now, why did they do it? Well, it happened to coincide with the battle for Idlib. So, right now, that is a jihadist stronghold. It's one of the few remaining rebel strongholds in Syria. And the government decided, we're going to take it back. We're going to make a push to take it back. Okay, that seems like a good idea. Well, apparently YouTube decided we can't have these Syrian channels talking about that because in the eyes of, billionaire CEO oligarchs, that's propaganda in favor of the Syrian government and the butcher Assad. So we have to get rid of that. And now the only narrative you hear is, Assad is evil and wrong and terrible and the bad guy, and he's trying to defeat wholesome rebels who are trying to free Syria. So now there's only one narrative, only one perspective, and I warned you from the beginning that what we're going to see is on these social media outlets, since we all said, oh yeah, censorship, great, wonderful, we're for that. Now what you did is you opened up the door, and you're going to have people like Jack on Twitter, you're going to have, Facebook, you're going to have YouTube, all these outlets. We know what they've done in other countries, so they're probably going to start doing that here. What they did in other countries was, they met with Israel, for example. Israel said, hey, these Palestinian rights groups, we don't like them. We want you to ban access to them in our country. And then Facebook complies. And you go down the list. Look at Saudi Arabia, China. Oh, we don't like this thing. We don't like that thing. Censor whatever we want you to censor. Well, now, here it comes to the U.S. We don't agree with the Syrian government. We've wanted regime change for a while. So what we're going to do is not allow them to put out their propaganda. And even though they're fighting Al-Qaeda, and that should probably be reported on right now because they're trying to take back Idlib, sorry, we're not even going to allow that narrative to get out there. And now we're going to ban those channels. So the channels belonging to the Syrian presidency, the country's Ministry of Defense, and the Sanaa News all showed a message saying, we've been taken down. Sorry, it's not working. Things of that nature. And then you had General Joseph Dunford warned that the Pentagon is preparing and keeping Donald Trump informed about potential military options for retaliation if chemical weapons are used in Syria. And what's interesting is that beforehand, Syria warned, hey, we think they're staging a chemical attack. We're not doing it. We think that Al-Qaeda is staging a chemical attack. And then that's the attempt for Al-Qaeda to lure in the West in order to fight on their side. So, and we already know that we've been de facto aligned with jihadist groups in Syria. That's a known fact. Same with Saudi Arabia, de facto aligned with jihadists in Syria and in Yemen. So, it's quite telling that all this information is coming out beforehand. Beforehand, they're saying, look out, because they're going to try to make it seem like the Syrian government is using chemical weapons. Why would they use chemical weapons when they know that that's the one thing that would draw in the West? That's the last thing they want us to draw in the West, but they're going to do the one thing that would draw in the West. Mighty convenient. So they're warning ahead of time. We think they're staging a chemical attack so that you draw in the West on their side. And unfortunately, Trump has not said like, oh no, I'm not going to get involved there like he did on the campaign trail. He's on the brink of saying, yeah, let's go do it. And in fact, there's been talk between Russia and the U.S. that's scary because Russia's like, hey, listen, man, we're going to be involved in there. We're going to try to help them take back Idlib from the jihadist stronghold. We're warning you, don't get involved. So Russia's telling the U.S., don't do it. And Trump, being Trump, just because somebody says he shouldn't do it, he might do it. So this is scary. Again, Syria is, a proxy war, if you will, between the U.S. and Russia. And it can go bad in a number of ways. So, but this is what you get for social media censorship being welcomed with open arms. Yay, we got rid of Alex Jones. Oh shit, we also got rid of all dissenting voices that give an important alternative perspective. And if you don't think, hey, they're going to come for, left-wing outlets, go talk to Abby Martin. Now, to be fair to her, it was the Venezuela sanctions which led to Empire Files being shut down. But we already know that 75% of censorship on college campuses targets the left. I guarantee you that around that same percentage will target the left when it comes to YouTube, when it comes to Twitter. I mean, we already had the proper not list of, these are the outlets that spread fake news. Now, they had like WorldNet Daily and InfoWars and genuinely fake outlets on there, but they also included, Truth Out and Truth Dig and Alternet and Naked Capitalism and all outlets that are not necessarily doing fake news. So you asked for the censorship, now it's here, and it ain't pretty.